Everyone, it's Alexa, and it is now time for the monthly recap for January. Can you guys believe that it's already February? I can't, honestly. Okay, so in January, I stayed in a lot because it was so cold out. But on the bright side, I was able to sort of fix up the apartment with my sister and my roommate, and who happens to be one of my best friends. You guys have seen her on the blog before. And it was so much fun. It now looks like a completely different place, and my sister and I have also moved into the bigger room, so that's awesome. Okay, for now, I'm just going to show you guys what I'm going to be reading for February 1st. Okay, and it's a lot. One of the first things that I will be reading this month is the Fire and Thorn series. As you can see, The Girl of Fire and Thorns and The Crown of Embers and The Bitter Kingdom is on its way. I will be reading that with Judith of Paper Riot, and it's an unofficial read-along, so if you guys want to join in, you definitely can. I'm excited because I've read the first book. I just never got around to continuing because I said I would wait for the third book to be out. And since it is, I'm finally going to be able to read it. I will also be reading The Secret Diamond Sisters by Michelle Maddow. I have been a fan of Michelle since she released Remembrance, oh so many years ago, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the story is all about. So thank you, Michelle, for the book. And this one is carried over from last month because I've still been avoiding reading it because I know it's coming out in March. The Winter's Curse. I promise I will be reading this. I swear I'm not just saying it this time. Okay, and the last two sets of books, do you hear me? I said sets. Sets of books I'll be reading come highly recommended by my sister, Mel. You've also seen her on the blog. She has appeared every now and again. And I will be linking to a bunch of posts that she's featured in below. I also got, the recommendations also came from Rachel of Hello Chelly, Wendy of Book Sense, V from Day Day Island, or Confessions of a Viet Babe, and Betty from Book Rock Betty. So let us start with my sister's favorite, the Lux series. That's Obsidian, Onyx, Opal, and Origin. And I think there's another one coming out this year, I think. And they're all by Jennifer L. Armentrout, who I have actually already met before, and she's one of the nicest authors I've ever met. And I am seeing her next week again. Yay! Okay, so that was the first series, and my sister insists that I should read it. And I did start it last year. I just never got around to catching up because we didn't have a finished copy of Origin around. I think I have just remembered, thanks to my sister, that the book that's coming out is called Opposition, so that kind of sounds menacing. We'll see how it goes. And the last set of books that I will be reading are... Oh, before I forget, I borrowed the first 3 books from Rachel because Mel's copies are in the Philippines, and the last book is Mel's. Okay, and the last series I'm reading, my sister just tore through these, and I have seen Betty and Wendy and Rachel also talk about this series a lot, and V, who runs Day Day Island. And it's also books by Jennifer L. Armentrout, by the way. I shall now show them to you. They actually have markers because my sister just read some of them. So yes, let us take a look. It's the Covenant series, and let's see. First book is Half-Blood. Second book is Pure. Third is Deity. Fourth is Apollyon, and the fifth book, which pretty much brought my sister to the point of a breakdown, is Sentinel. I'm actually looking forward to these just because they have that mythological twist to them, and I've always loved that, so I'm excited. I will be binge reading, as you can see, and I cannot wait. Okay, speaking of my sister, I am very, very fortunate because she has decided that she is game to start blogging on the blog again. Yay! We'll also be doing a collaboration on her blog, and it's also going to be about books, so you guys are going to have to watch out for that as well. Let me let her say hi while she's here. Hi! That's my sister Mel, and she will be blogging on the blog about romances and NA, which is actually something I don't read much of, so I think it would be a great way to...
Which she should!
...add variety. Some of Mel's recommendations, recent recommendations, are... The Bet and the Wager, I believe, by Rachel Van Dyken. Is that it? Yes. That's one. She thinks those books are really, really fun. Another series she recommends is the Real series by Katie Evans, right? She has two of the books over there,
A Little
Remy
Too
and
Much
mine. She
series.
doesn't have Real yet because she read that one as an ebook. And she's also currently reading A Little Too Much or A Little Too Far. I don't remember what the name of the series is, but I do know the book is called A Little Too Far, the first one, and the second one is called A Little Too Much, which she absolutely loves. She just finished it. I'm sorry, what's the name of the author? I can't remember. You're gonna have to remind me.
A Little Too Far.
I'll just link it down below,
Yeah.
you guys. You're gonna see it. Yeah. So if you have read any of those books, feel free to give her a shout out on Twitter. You can find her at Snaps for Mel.
Yeah.
That's her Twitter ID. Don't worry, you'll see all her links below. All right. Before I forget, let us now talk about the books that I loved in January. It was actually a really weird reading month for me because I didn't actually love a lot of books, which kind of makes me sad. Like most of them just fell somewhere in the middle. But I do have a few standouts that I would definitely want to talk about. Let's just start with, oh, of course, you guys will know this if you've read my review. I absolutely loved Crest by Marissa Mayer. It was one of the most anticipated books I had for the year, and I loved it. She did an incredible job with it, and I look forward to having my own copy. And of course, I'm going to say that with my reread, I fell even more in love with Incarnate and Asunder, and I also loved Infinite by Jodi Meadows. It was really good, you guys. One of the best series enders I've ever read, and you definitely should read it. There's also Secret by Bridget Kemmerer, which was a really, really great addition to the Elemental series, which if you have not read it yet, you must. Bridget just told Nick's story in a way that was so, so moving, and I really love that. Another surprise was Something Real by Heather Demetrios. I hope I said that right. I wasn't expecting to tear through that book, but I did, and it was really, really good, and I hope that you guys get the chance to read it. And I also have to give props to Avalon by Mindy Arnett. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it, and even though I did have some issues with it, I really ended up liking it, and I look forward to the next one. And the last book I will mention is actually my It Takes Two read with Cassie for the month of January. It's The Luckiest Lady in London by Sherry Thomas, as recommended by Raquel from the Book Barbies. And oh my goodness, you guys, it was amazing. I was laughing, I was crying, I was yelling. Pretty much one of the best romance novels I have read in a while. Historical romance, to be specific. And you guys should definitely check it out if you haven't already. Okay, so what is up for me next month? I am doing a read-along for the Under the Never Sky series, which should be fun. I also have the Book Blogger Loveathon coming up, which I'm co-hosting with Caitlin. And you guys, just from the prizes alone, I am already excited for everyone who's joining in. And so grateful to all the authors and publishers and bloggers who have been really generous. I also have a special event coming up with Sharon and Raquel, so you guys can look forward to that as well. And I will be seeing a bunch of authors this month, which is pretty cool. My favorite, not my favorite, but the one I'm looking forward to the most is Marissa Mayer, because I finally get to meet her after years of wanting to. So there's that. If you guys have made it all the way to the end of this video, congratulations! You survived about 9 minutes of me babbling about everything. Alright, I will see you guys next month. Actually, I think I'll see you guys next week for a Stacking the Shelves post.